All right, this episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented by WinBet. WinBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same game parlays to live in-game odds, WinBet has what you need to win. Sign up today and get a bet $100 to get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions do apply. And we're also brought to you by our mini helmet contest. The SGP mini helmets are now in the store, and we're giving one away for free. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/helmet, and that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/helmet. And football bingo is back. This time it's the NFL Christmas Day slate. Free to play, and every bingo gets a $100 SGPN gift card exclusively on the SGPN app. All right, Steve, we're in the doldrums, man. It's not a whole lot of golf going on, so we're gonna do a mailbag show, man. I'm ready for golf to be back. I really am. I know I was burnt out at the end of the season, but now I'm like, come on, let's go.
You don't want to spend a half hour in the PNC? Breaking out Charlie Woods' swing?
No, dude, some of that shit was gross, dude. Like, they were like, look at the size of the kid's hands. So I'm like, all right, man, like, fucking relax.
I mean, I'm not even on social media, but Google News still pumped all that content directly to my end of the world. Well, I mean, it got me thinking too. Like, you know, we're thinking about the PGA Tour's future and what it wants to really accomplish, and I just have a funny feeling that their primary strategic goal for the next 10 years revolves around Charlie Woods being good. And if he's not good, then all this is just over.
Daly's kid seems better than he is.
I mean, he's a D1 player. And isn't Charlie like 14 right now?
I don't know. See, that's a good thing that I don't know. I have no idea. But I love, dude, Daly was in the hospital today. Did you see that? What the fuck happened to Charlie?
I didn't see that. What happened?
I don't know. He tweeted out a picture from him from a hospital bed. No idea.
Yeah. Is it gout? He seems like it's somebody who suffers from gout.
Yeah, no doubt.
Although I think he said
shout out Tommy.
Yeah. Well, shout out me too. I'm also a gout user. Although
you're a gout
sufferer. I am. I take my my medication every day. Although I shouldn't joke. I think he's actually a cancer survivor. So
he is. I know that. Yeah.
But why don't I won't do that again. So yeah. But no, we so tonight we're gonna have the mailbag. But I think first, after the dramatic events of what happened to your New England Patriots on Sunday. Maybe we can just, open up the microwave because it's 4 days old now. It's been sitting out. But while we put all your spicy takes into the microwave, let's heat it up for about a minute and a half. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, dude, I'm fine. Like, it's just such a joke. My team is such a joke. You hire that fat fuck Matt Patricia and that moron Joe Judge, and this is what you get. And it's Belichick's ego thinking that defensive coaches can just come in and call plays. They literally have like the smallest menu of plays. It's all Ramondre Stevenson, Mac Jones. I don't know if he sucks or not because I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure he sucks too. Like I'm not sure, but it's a bad listen. Whatever, man. I fucking hammered the under 8.5, and it's going that way. And I am literally going to lay the largest bet of my life on Cincinnati -3. The only shot the Pats have is if it's like a win game in Buffalo. Like I don't care what the matchups say, anything like that. This team sucks. It's broken. Matt Patricia's he's a fucking moron. Like he's the worst, the absolute worst. The play calls suck. The team sucks. There's no talent. Bill lost it. Like it is what it is. And like I'm just we're the peasants of football. And I didn't like it when I was growing up when the Patriots sucked, and now we suck again. And whatever, it is what it is. I get to get mad on Sunday. Like my kids, they were like watching me, and I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" when that happened, and they were all like, oops, all right, we're going to go in our rooms now. And I just sat there. I just laughed. Like, what are you supposed to do? You can just fucking laugh. Sean texted me, and I was like, it's not on Myers. It's not on Myers. It's not on. I mean, it is on him, but it's definitely just because of, it's the whole thing is just Patricia. Like the players thought they had to do that when they didn't think they had to do that. You know what I mean? Like because my offense is so fucking bad. We're just going to start laddering it because if we go to OT, we're going to lose. And don't even get me started on that touchdown. It wasn't a fucking touchdown, but I don't actually care because if we actually. No, it wasn't even fucking close, but I don't care. I would rather fucking lose out. We get like top 10 pick and we can blow Patricia and Judge the fuck out of there and actually bring an offensive coach in. Give me Billy O'Brien. Give me somebody. Give me fucking Adam Gase at this point. Somebody who knows how to run an offensive fucking play. Our O-line blows. Listen, I knew it was all coming. You heard me say it at the beginning of the year. I even took the alt line, which I already lost, under 6.5. But it's a miracle that we even did that. It's only because we played the fucking clueless Jets twice a year. And Zach Wilson fucking blows. Like, our team sucks balls. It sucks. I hate it. Ramondre's a beast. Judon's a beast. I guess Uche's okay, but I don't know about Mac Jones, man. I don't know. Maybe he's like Tua. Like, if you gave him Waddle and Tyreek, would he look good? Yeah, probably. But we'll never do that. We're going to take some fucking scrubs off the pile and fucking, I can't, man. Whatever. It is what it is. I bet against them on Thanksgiving and clean the fuck up. And I'm going to bet against them on Christmas and clean the fuck up too.
Okay.
I hate that.
I mean,
I hate Matt Patricia with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Okay.
Fucking hate
Maybe we'll get to him in a little bit. But I think I'm ready to make an opinion on Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I think he sucks. I think he's a petulant, whiny bitch who has been yelling and complaining to everybody. But I also
wouldn't you if Matt Patricia?
Yes, but I also saw 7 or 8 horrible throws. Horrible. And you know what? If you're going to yell and call out your offensive coordinator, you actually better execute the stuff that's actually there. And when you don't do that, you just look like a petulant, whiny bitch. You look like Ryan Leaf, basically, at that point. You're just an asshole who sucks. And that's what I think Mac Jones is right now. I think he's Ryan Leaf.
I mean, I don't think he's that bad, right? But it's hard to tell, man. Like, you're right. Like,
when you go 11 of 31?
Yeah, something terrible.
That's horrible.
Dude, he airmailed so many bad. Like, but I don't know, man. The offensive line is so fucking bad. He's so jittery. You realize they were rushing fucking 3 and getting home? Mm-hmm. They were rushing 3 and getting home.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like what Giants fans were saying about Daniel Jones the last like 5 years. And it kind of just goes, listen, Jones been playing pretty good this year, but he has a very defined ceiling. This is his best as he's going to be.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, I don't think
you're starting to talk like that, though.
No, I don't think Mac Jones is ever going to be like, a top 5 QB or anything like that. Okay. But he could be, he'd probably be top 12. You know what I mean? Like, with a decent offensive line. But the fat fuck Patricia's coaching the offensive line too. Did you know that? Oh, shocking. That sucks too. So weird. I fucking hate him. I hate Matt Patricia.
Now let me ask a question. What's the more embarrassing play involving the Patriots? Is it, like, I'm going to call this one home run failback?
It's a terrible name.
All right. Terrible. It's a play on home run throwback from the Bills and the Titans. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's scrap that. That play. Is it the butt fumble? Or is it when they had Gronk playing strong safety and the Miami Dolphins ran it back for this? That's the most embarrassing?
Oh, yeah. It's way more embarrassing than that. Yeah. Like the miracle in Miami is what they call it. Like, whatever. Yeah. I think we still went to the Super Bowl that year.
I think butt fumble is still the more embarrassing play.
But the butt fumble is the most embarrassing. That wasn't my team. That was Sanchez.
Well, I mean, it involved the Patriots, though. That's what.
Yeah, that was great. That was Thanksgiving night, and it was fucking.
Oh, I do. I remember that. That was the first Thanksgiving I spent with my mother-in-law, who back then was a Jets fan, and I'd never heard her howl and cackle and laugh as hard as I did. We probably watched that 12 straight times. It was great. I still remind her of that. So
I think I was lighting Colby up pretty good. One of my good buddies from back in the day was a huge Jets fan, and I was fucking
back when you were on top of the world and king of everything, and Belichick was a god, and you had Brady, and no matter what you threw out there, everything worked. And now you got this; everything's come right around. So, yeah,
had to yell at the 18-year-olds.
All right, I saw that. So, I know everybody else who's watching the stream saw that too.
This is true. Yeah, sometimes I forget we're actually on camera again.
It's a new thing. It's a new thing. So, all right, why don't we take a quick break, and then why don't we get to the mailbag?
Yes, let's do the mailbag. Listen, WynnBET is the official online sportsbook of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. WynnBET is active in a bunch of states, and there's tons of ways to win, including live betting and same-game parlays. Plus, for the DGens only, you try your luck at WynnBET's Parlay Wheel. Great promos, odds, and payouts are happening right now at WynnBET. If you're ready to play, sign up today to receive a special offer. Bet $100 and win $100, and limited to state availability. There's so much to choose from, and all you have to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's so they know who we sent you. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. Offer is subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBET.com. Must be 21 and older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. That's what Kirshner texts me all the time. He just texts me that phone number. It's irritating.
I mean, he might have a point.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we get to the mailbag? So we got I think like 10 or 11 questions. I have some impromptu ones, improvised one that I think I'm gonna put you on the spot for. So why don't we get right to it? First one from our loyal listener, Polly Poodle.
Polly.
A good old fashioned FMK game.
It's MFK, marry, fuck, kill.
Whatever. How it was presented on here for a producer, he put it the other way. So all right. So 3 guys. 3 golfers. Would you marry, you fuck him, or kill him? Patrick Reed, Patrick Cantlay, or Tommy Fleetwood?
So I go back and forth between if I got to kill Cantlay or Reed to like save society from a serial killer. Do I kill Cantlay? You know what I mean? Do I prevent further deaths in him wearing someone as a skin suit at some point? But I think Patrick Reed's such a fucking prick. You got to kill Patrick Reed. You got to marry Cantlay for his Goldman Sachs money and all the other money that he's already made. And if he ever goes to live, he's going to make even more. So you marry him for the money. And you got to fuck Tommy Fleetwood, right? The flow. It's a cute dude, I guess. It's better than fucking Cantlay. Can you imagine fucking Cantlay and that little tongue going? No, thank you.
That's a horrifying image.
Yeah,
Thanks
I don't want to see
buddy.
that. You're welcome. Yeah.
I'm glad we were on camera. Someone's going to gift that too. There you go. All right.
That's mine. What about you?
Okay. I'm going to marry Patrick Reed, and let me tell you why. Because that man is charming. He is handsome. He is has very good morals. He is honest, and he is definitely not the type of person that would find this podcast and sue us for everything we got if we said we would kill him.
Oh,
so I think Patrick Reed is just a man's man, and I would love to spend the rest of my life with him and not find myself in court. So I'll take that.
All right.
I think I'm gonna probably fuck Tommy Fleetwood because I remember after the Ryder Cup, he had the Mollywood thing. They actually did a mock like Molinari and Fleetwood basically had a one-night stand. And Fleetwood, I think Fleetwood was actually naked underneath the sheets.
Oh God.
He seems like a fun dude though. So I guess it's that. And then I think you're right. I'm killing Cantlay. We just can't have a guy like him, driving around with a windowless van asking people, are you a size 13 as they're loading the couch into it. You know what? Not only do we need to kill him, we need to make sure it's proper. We need to cut off the head. Can't just stab him, leave him in the middle of the kitchen because he's going to get up like Michael Myers and he's going to continue to slay again. So, that's it. Now, the one I wanted to spring on you because you have a lot of, fire and venom for some Patriots guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's really put you in a pretzel here. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia.
Okay.
Joe Judge.
Yeah.
And let's really throw a curveball here. A guy you hate. Rory McIlroy.
Oh.
Yeah, let's really make you squirm.
All right. So God damn it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
That's a tough one. I'll still kill fucking Matt Patricia. I'll kill Matt Patricia.
Okay.
I'll kill him. Now, when I fuck this person, do I get to fuck them any way I want?
I don't know, dude. Whatever you want. Whatever you
I can make it like painful, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's your game that you're playing.
All right, so I could like tie him up and use like a sandpaper.
All right, come on.
Shit.
All right.
Hey man, listen. You know better than do impromptu stuff.
I probably watch right into this.
I'll marry Rory.
Okay.
Because I'll marry Rory.
He does have a sweet little home in Dubai. He's got his own island. So that's fun.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's loaded. Like, as much as I shit on him because I don't like him, like, whatever. He still seems like a fine dude. Like, fine, whatever. Joe Judge is an absolute fucking 5-tool bag. Like, forget about it. Like, yeah. So I would strap him up with leather with a ball gag and put a sandpaper condom on and just ruin Joe Judge. And that would be how I would fuck Joe Judge. Yes. Thank you.
God, you're a sick fuck. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right. Don't know who this is from, but favorite outright win you had this year, and not it's calendar 2022.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Oh, it's a toss-up.
There's a lot for us that we can choose from.
Mine's a toss-up between Cam at the Open and Keegan.
What about Cam at Century Tournament? Did you hit Cam like 3 times?
I hit Cam 3 times. Yeah.
So which Cam was your favorite?
My favorite Cam was the Open because everybody wanted Rory to fucking win. Everybody.
True.
And I wanted fucking Cam to win so bad. I did not want Rory to win, and that just made me happy because all the Rory stands, all the tears all over Twitter. It just made me very happy.
Okay.
But Keegan, like, that's my man. You know what I mean? Like,
it was.
It's like Rosemary's, not Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't think I could choose between the two. Those are definitely my 2 favorite of the year.
I know. Speaking from Keegan, how we were that night, God, that bleary-eyed night at 2 a.m. We were stressed. Like that wasn't a fun sweat.
No.
So maybe that the Cam one, I remember you and I, because it looked like Cam was just out of it. And then I ended up joining you at like 12-1 after Saturday. So we were on the same side. That was actually fun. That was hopeful. Like we kind of were like, all right, how's this going to blow up? But that was like, let's go. Like we were actually into it.
Yeah.
The Keegan one was stressful.
That's true.
Even your Cam Smith Players Championship one was stressful because he duck hooked it into 16 and they hit it on the water 18. Like you couldn't really enjoy that. Plus he also beat Keegan too, and you're worried about that.
Right, correct.
The Century Tournament champions, we were just thinking Rob was just going to beat him because he was neck and leg. So that was I think you have the. I think Cam at the Open is actually
Cam at the Open is right. Yeah, when you break it down that way, like the stress level of like, I just got back from an FSU game. I'm texting you from some shitty hotel in fucking Tallahassee, like watching this fucking thing on my phone, like 2 a.m. half in the bag, half asleep, just completely stressed out. Yeah, Cam at the Open was my favorite, just because everybody got so upset about it too, and I love when people get upset, especially when I'm on the other side of it. So
okay, all right. I actually ranked. I ranked top 5, so I'll go 5-1. So number 5 is my most recent one. Finau at Houston Open, 25-1, just because that was pretty stress free. Like, even though I tried to talk myself, how is Finau going to bullet? He led by 6 after Saturday.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
It's very easy. Number 4, probably Keegan at the Zozo. But like I mentioned, it was a little stressful. And it was at 2:30 a.m. I'm like, I really want to be asleep at this point.
Yeah, no shit.
But I can't, so I got to be there. Number 3, and maybe I need to revise this after we just talked about it, but I'm just going to stick with it. Scotty Scheffler at the Phoenix Open.
Okay.
That one, it was... So I had Cantlay as well, so that kind of took a little bit of the drama out of it. But that was Scotty's first win.
Yeah, you were sweating anything.
I wasn't sweating anything. It was fun. It was Super Bowl Sunday. I had a good Super Bowl betting show too. So
so
that was at number 2. Joaquin Neiman 70-1 at Riviera.
Yeah, I forgot.
So that was good. That was a great call because I remember you pushed back. You're like, you really think Neiman's going to win? I'm like, yeah, I think he's going to win. Yep. And they got to a huge lead, and then. The only problem was on Sunday, Morikawa started to make a charge and Neiman stopped hitting putts, and I got really stressed out.
I remember
for a little bit, but he won. I think number 1 was Cam Smith wins Century Tournament champions. I love Kapalua. We're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks. I love the Century Tournament champions. It was stressful because Rahm was neck and neck, but just the unexpected, I think, win because he actually beat Rahm and he played so great. He kept nailing birdies. I kept expecting him to just, Rahm just take it. I think that was my favorite one of the, and I think all of us had like Cam Smith too. Like you had him. A lot of people in the Discord had him.
Yeah.
I think that was my most fun one of the year.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay.
That's definitely a good one.
All right. Now let's get to what we do best though, and get to complaining about shit. Bad beats.
Yeah.
All right. What's your worst beat this year?
Dude, I don't know. Like I can't, like I bury those things in my brain. And like I had it written down when we were supposed to do this thing last week. But I don't remember. I legitimately do not remember. Like I bury these things in my brain.
I can like remember I can remember a couple.
Go ahead. I get more upset. I get more upset about losing out first round leaders.
You do.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's your thing. That's your gimmick.
Yeah. I get like when that gets taken from me, I get more upset because over like a 4-day tournament, I'm like, a guy's like there on Friday, I'm like, oh, at least he's there on Friday. I know he's not going to be there on Sunday. You know what I mean? Unless it's my guy.
The only one I can remember that you were on, I wasn't, was RBC Heritage with Lowry.
Oh, Lowry, yeah, that's definitely.
He had the lead, and then he chipped it into the water.
Yeah, and then I had Berger at.
Honda?
I had him at the Honda, and I had Lowry again in the fucking rain.
Yeah, that's on my list. I did a top 5 as well.
Yeah, twice. I had 2 with fucking Lowry.
Yeah, he broke a lot of hearts this year.
Man, I swore he was going to fucking win this year. He was so close.
Well, he did have win. It was on the Euro Tour.
Yeah, I know. I didn't bet that one.
I mean,
we
were taking a
definitely
that point.
Yeah, no shit. Definitely the Lowry, and then the Berger one. Like, how the fuck did he lose that lead?
That was a rough one. That was a 6-shot lead, I think.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. So I have my top 5 bad beats.
I know what your number 1 is.
It might surprise you.
Okay.
Number 5, Sepp Straka loses in a playoff at the Sanderson. Yeah. Just because, like, losing basically because of how infrastructure is set up at the PGA Tour and the TIO rules.
Right.
Come on, man. Like, between Mackenzie Hughes getting a free drop to get out from basically behind a tree because there's a scoreboard there, to Mackenzie Hughes being able to drop onto the fringe when he just ricocheted right off the grandstand. Another one I forgot about too was he was short-sided in the bunker, and I thought, and Straka had like 20 feet for birdie. I'm like, this is it.
That's right.
But he was stuck into like 5 feet. He made the putt, like, and then he ended up making, I think, a 5-footer to beat him in the next playoff hole. That sucked. That's number 5. Number 4, Scotty Scheffler blows a 6-shot lead at the Tour Championship after 54 holes. Now that's only 5-1, but that was a slow bleed out too. There's like a lot of paper cuts.
Yeah.
So that was rough. Number 3, that you mentioned, Shane Lowry at the Honda with the monsoon.
Yep.
That was more just funny. Like, at that point, I was coming off 2 straight outrights at that point. I was like, oh, I'm like, whatever. It's golf. It's what happens. Little did I know that would be the last outright like I would hit for like 4 months though.
Exactly.
So maybe I got a little too cocky there, but that was some horrible luck after Sepp Straka hits a bomb.
Yeah.
And then the skies open up. That was pretty bad. And I went on Andy Lack's show for the first time, and I said Lowry 25-1, so that would have looked really good.
Yeah.
So my ego's a little bruised there. Number 2, Jordan Spieth blows a 3-shot lead with 5 to go at Pebble.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was bad.
I forgot about that.
That was also on the heels of Seamus blowing a 5-shot lead after 36, going to the easiest course of the rotation, and put up like a 74.
Yeah, I had Seamus at me too.
Yeah, but then I had Spieth, and I'm like, this is a goddamn wrap. And then Tom Hoagie, who can't putt a lick, starts hitting all these bombs, and then Spieth ends up getting, I think, a fried egg in the bunker on 17.
Yep.
So that was rough. And then number 1, of course, Henley blows a 5-shot lead.
I knew it was number 1
at Sony after you mushed him 5,000 times that weekend.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sure you're sorry. Hey, listen, you know what? It's great. It was great content for the show. I got to yell at you and curse at you.
I had somebody. Why did I care? I don't remember why I cared.
You had, I don't know. No, what happened was you shit on Henley before the tournament, and then you get really mad. Like, you do this when you shit on like Cantlay or something, and then he goes to do as well, and then you just start attacking him.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because you're just lashing out because of your bad take. That's what happens with you. Exactly. And that's exactly what happened with Henley. You're like, oh, he's just gonna win, and you just completely forgot that me and 12 other people in the Discord had him. Yeah. So, and then finally, he just kept chopping the wood, and just the tree fell.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, and then that scared me off of betting Russell Henley forever, and then I missed out on my Icoba. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's all right. So, all right, next question.
Right.
So again, just very blanket, open-ended question: who is getting their first PGA Tour win this season? Now, let's qualify this a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's break up into different divisions because the easy answer is like, oh, Cam Young.
So,
yeah. All right. So of Cam Young, Sahith Theegala, and Davis Riley, who's getting their first win?
Like, Cam's gonna get it first.
I think it's gonna be Sahith Theegala.
So that was my second guess, but I don't know, man. Like, feel like Cam's poised for a pretty big year.
He is, but I think Tagala's going to play in weaker events. Like Cam Young's kind of like,
yeah,
and now he's going to be like fringe top 10 and Pip probably. Like he's going to play that, and like say he's still going to play like Amex, Honda, exactly. Valspar. Like he's going to get easier fields, and he almost won RSM. So I like him. I think he's going to get the first one. Okay,
yeah, I can get behind. All
right. Other recent Korn Ferry Tour graduates from last year, this year, just like non-Cam Young, Sahid, Davis Riley division.
Montgomery, right? Like
Montgomery.
Fucking Christ, like he just doesn't go away. Like top 10 machine. Like, and he plays in those weaker field events too. So why not him?
How funny was it that noted Taylor Montgomery hater Andy Lack auto-drafted him?
I know. That was fucking hilarious.
That was karma. That was karma.
Hilarious.
So, I forgot to ask him about that when I was on the show with him last night. Maybe we'll text him after this. I'm going to Kurt Kitayama.
Okay.
He was a Korn Ferry Tour graduate last year. Former winner on the Euro Tour, second at the Italian Open to I think Robert McIntyre or Fitzpatrick. Or no, he's like top 5. Finished second to Rory at RSM. Like he's a big hitter too. He can scramble. Like his long irons are pretty good. He just can't really putt. So maybe just like Luke List and kind of falls into a win at some point. Yeah. But I like that's a dude who's actually like, all right, I've won tournaments before. Like, even though it's Euro Tour, like I know I can do it. I like him. And all right, so veteran division, like guys who've been around and maybe they've won internationally, but they've never won on the PGA Tour. Who are you taking?
I don't know, man.
Okay. How about I give you a couple of names of guys who haven't won?
Yeah, give me a couple.
Alex Noren.
No.
Mad McNeely.
I could see that.
Denny McCarthy.
No.
Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh yeah, it's fucking definitely Tommy. I always forget he hasn't won over.
It's probably gonna be Tommy.
It's definitely gonna be Tommy.
Yeah. Even though he
despite the fact that he bombed out last.
God, that was awful.
God.
Terrible. I think it's gonna be Tommy too. I think Tommy's gonna he's gonna get it like Honda or Bay Hill or something.
I could definitely see Honda or Bay Hill, either one of those.
Yeah,
but the fact that we both are like, oh, he could definitely win there. He's gonna win. So I think he could win the Players.
Yeah, I think Sawgrass is good. He was in the mix.
He was first round leader last year.
Well, not then. I think it was the Rom year. I think he was in the mix.
Yeah.
I think Tommy
could win though.
Yeah, he could definitely win. He could definitely win. Like he's really good on the Florida swing.
Yeah.
So or like Heritage or Valspar, like one of those. I think he can definitely get that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think Tommy gets it.
All right.
Noren's not fucking. I know you like. I don't know why you like Noren. He stinks.
I got a thing for the Swedes, man. Like I always like Stenson.
I know. I know. For real. It's weird.
All right.
Whatever.
All right. Next one. I think one that's going to make you roll your eyes, but we're going to make you do this.
Okay.
Can you do a draft of all the golf course grass types? And apparently I pick first. So
like our favorite?
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to make it easy for you. There's eight main grass types. And we're going to do a snake draft. Okay. So here are the ones. Maybe you should write it down.
No, let's just go. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it without.
All right. So I'll do first pick. You do next two.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the grass type of the founders of golf over in England and Scotland and Ireland. And maybe it's not the best surface to play on, but you know what? All the great golf courses over there, like St. Andrews and Carnoustie and Royal Birkdale, they're all this particular grass type. It's Grass of Kings. I'm going to go with Fine Fescue.
Okay.
That's
fine.
All right. Two for you.
I play on it, so I'll do Bermuda.
Okay.
And I've never played on it, but I want to play on it. I want to play on Zoysia. So that would be my other one. Because the ball supposedly it's supposed to sit up pretty, right? And make it like super easy to hit your like right? I'm right.
I think Mel Kiper's on here saying, "Oh, that's a reach."
Well, listen, I don't give a shit. Like I want to play it. I've never played it, and the way it's described to me, I'm like, I would like to hit a ball that seems like it's sitting up on a tee. That sounds fucking awesome.
Okay, so you know what you can do? You just take one of those. Just take a sponge and put it in your yard, and then hit a ball off it. That's Zoysia.
Oh, that sounds gross.
Okay, well, that's your third pick, so good job, buddy.
Whatever.
Two for me, I will take bent grass.
Yep.
Arguably the finest putting surface you can have. There's a reason why in the South, even though you got Bermuda tee to green, they do whatever it can to have a bent grass putting surface, nice and pure, rolls good. Augusta Nationals bent grass, can't beat that. Yeah. And then I'm going to do POA. There's different types of POA. You got the West Coast POA that has different, rates of growing. It can cause havoc on the greens. But POA can also be really good. A putting surface just in general, Winged Foot is POA. Mm. That's a really tricky putting surface to be. Oakmont is also POA. So some of the finest,
it's bumpy as shit, isn't it?
Well, not the East Coast stuff. There's thousands different strains of POA. So the West Coast ones, I think POA gets a bad rap because you think about that. But Oakmont, Winged Foot, two of the best greens, in the world, they're POA. So they're fast, they're quick.
Oh, sweet. Lawrence scored a touchdown. That's the first touchdown right there.
Well, there you go. Cash it. All right, 2 for you, sir.
You said, but there's a different type of POA. POA Anna is different, right? Is that right?
No, POA Anna. It's the POA family.
All right. So we've done Bermuda, bent.
We've done fescue, bent, Bermuda, POA, and Zoysia. Technically, fescue is a form of a bent grass, but
all right, we don't need to get that deep.
All right,
rye
is technically it's a bent grass. You could.
All right, what are the other ones then? I don't even fucking know.
Just pick rye then.
Okay, rye.
All right, you like good.
Wait, so I'm right. So that does count as one of the.
Yeah, technically, pick a good ryegrass rough.
Okay.
So and then one more.
There's 2 left.
I didn't have rye on my list, but I guess it counts.
I don't know. Give me an options.
All right. You got Paspalum. You got
Paspalum.
POA Trivialis. You got Kikuyu.
That's what I was talking about. So I suppose.
You said POA Anna.
No, I know.
POA
Trivialis is a different one. Okay. Yeah. Because that's the one that's more bumpy.
See, I consider that overseed, which is the POA. That turns a Bermuda one into basically whatever that is.
Wait, so now I'm fucking confused. Paspalum, is that the one that sits up?
Paspalum is the one that's salt tolerant.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Whoever asked this question, by the way, got way more than they bargained for, or this is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Paspalum for me.
All right. Paspalum and then rye. Okay. Then I'll do last 2. I will take Kikuyu, which is the grass in Riviera.
Yep.
It's a little sticky grass. And I will take I'll take overseed.
Okay.
So all right, that's it. I think overseed is the worst form of golf course grass just because you're basically masking dormant Bermuda, which can be fun to play on because it can play very fast. You're basically doing it for cosmetic purposes and you're to slow down the golf course. And at this point, there are different forms of Bermuda that are more cold tolerant. You just don't want to spend the money in order to do that. So you just throw a bunch of overseed on it. And I just think it doesn't look very good. So
makes sense.
Okay. All right. Next question. So I think we're done. No, we got a couple other golf questions, but we're going to a food question.
Okay.
If you can eat only one thing the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fucking ribeye, I guess.
Ribeye.
I die young, but yeah.
That wouldn't even be like a top 3 or 4 choice for beef. I don't like ribeye.
What, is too much fucking flavor for you?
It's too fatty.
Yeah,
you cut off half. You cut off like 2/3 of it.
No, you eat the fucking fat. What do you like? What do you like? A fillet with fucking no flavor?
I do. I do like a nice dry aged fillet, medium rare. That could eat that every single day. Why do people eat the white?
Because it's flavor. It's
rubbery fat.
Because it tastes fucking great, and if you cook it correctly, it breaks down and renders and goes through all the different parts of the meat, makes it nice and fucking buttery. Yeah, I'm doing a fucking ribeye roast. I'm doing a rib roast for Christmas on something.
I think the fat on a ribeye just tastes like candle wax. Basically, it's got that texture.
Wrong.
So, all right,
wrong.
All right. Well, dry aged fillet for me. All right. How about non-beef division? Like any actual dish.
Like a dish?
Yeah, like a dish.
Probably. I mean, fettuccine with chicken, probably.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah, it's like solid, like fettuccine Alfredo with chicken, like
Okay.
yeah, because I love the red sauce, but it gives me the heartburn. So
Yeah,
I guess
I'm probably gonna go with a dish called Utica greens. I think I've mentioned this on the show before. Yeah, just you take some escarole, saute in some olive oil, throw some breadcrumbs, prosciutto, hot cherry
That's a good
peppers
one.
on it, Parmesan cheese. It's a staple in Utica, New York. I spent a lot of time there for my past life as a public accountant for a regional accounting firm here.
Yeah, you
Always
get a little
got
mix,
that.
a little mix of everything: some cheese, some greens,
Yeah.
some meat, some veggies. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not. It's substantial, it'll make you full, but it's not quite as heavy as like a pasta dish. Which there's a couple other in there. Now there are something called at one restaurant in Utica called I think it's called the Village Greens. It has potatoes in them, and that's actually it was really good. But it's
that's
like,
right up my alley.
It's like eating a brick, and it stays in there for about 48 hours, and it's not fun to get rid of.
I mean, I'm doing because I'm doing the roast, like they want to do baked potatoes, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm still doing mashed potatoes too. Like, also, I'm having 2 different potatoes.
Okay.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Right up to that stereotype.
There you go. All right, next question. So, again, it doesn't say who, but what do you guys like to do outside of golf and work?
I mean, really, I mean, I don't know, watch more sports, gamble. I play a bunch of board games with the kids, video games with the kids, hang out with. I mean, I don't really hang out with too many people. It's usually Pete and his family or Tommy and his family, and concerts. But yeah, I mean, I like to golf, gamble, hang out with the family. I mean, dude, I've had fucking kids for 18 years, so it's mostly homebody shit unless I'm going to a concert or like a random night out.
Yeah, I mean, both of us are upper 30s at this point. We have kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I live in Rochester, New York, where it's warm for 3 months a year, and I'm cooped up for the next 6.
Listen, nobody told you can't move to Florida. Your family is smart and has moved here. You should join them.
Yeah, I will eventually. I mean, my job actually also is beneficial to be up here. So
yeah, absolutely. There's no salt. There's no salting the roads down here, buddy.
No, there's only salt on your margarita rims.
That's right. Let's go.
No, I mean, listen, like I'm basically a dad. I like to watch sports like you.
Yep.
That's really about it. I think the only thing I guess that might make me unique, and you've kind of seen that, is I love bossing you guys around in fantasy leagues by being the commissioner. And I take a lot of pride. I take a lot of pride in it. And as you've seen it,
listeners have no idea.
Yes.
The amount of work that you do. It's fucking.
It is. I start every morning by administering our league as far as either updating transactions and our keeper allocations or updating budgets.
5,000 word emails.
Yeah. Listen. Hey, I'm a writer. That's how kind of all this started, was just my writings about our fantasy football league. And then my sister's like, hey, you should actually write about sports. I'm like, all right, fine. Let's see how it happens. No, I take pride in the fact that I have been in some horribly run fantasy leagues before. And I think after the last one that I was a commissioner, I vowed I'd never do that again. I'm just going to do it myself. And I think my leagues are some of the most efficient, well-run leagues out there.
Yeah, dude, I would agree. I mean, you do our guillotine league. I mean, that shit is yeah, man. It's
yeah.
Yeah,
I am the first one usually to jump on board and run a good fantasy pool. Even like silly ones, like I just did a World Cup pool with 2 of my buddies. I'm the one keeping the score. I'm the one sending updates. I just love doing that.
Thank God that's over, by the way. Fuck. Christ.
I know. It was a good final, though.
I mean, I didn't watch a fucking.
I know, you were just mad it almost bled into 1:00 football on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck out of here with a soccer ball.
But honestly, my life is pretty boring outside of this and golf and being a dad, and I don't really know what you want. I don't really like music. I don't go to concerts. I mean, there's
I can attest to that. He does not like music. It's very.
I said I don't like music. I don't know. I listen to podcasts.
I mean, I do too.
That's really all I do.
I know. I hate you, buddy. So do you at least? All right. So it's Christmas time. Give me your top 3 Christmas songs.
Oh God. I've always liked "Oh Holy Night."
Oh, that's just a good one.
Good one. I mean, Jingle Bells is a classic.
Jingle Bells sucks.
And Silent Night.
Silent Night is great.
We'll stay with the night thing.
Yeah, Silent Night's great.
So, unfortunately, though, my daughter's obsessed with the Blues Clues Christmas song right now.
Oh God!
Yeah, A Blue Christmas with You, and that's all she wants to hear on Alexa over and over and over. And she's not quite doesn't have the diction in order to actually tell Alexa what to do, so we have to ask Alexa what to do. Yeah. We're still in that phase. We're hoping to get out of that pretty soon. We're trying to make her be a little more crisp with her pronunciation.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. So. Right. That's my life. Basically responding to my daughter what song she wants and telling Alexa to play it. That's what I like to do outside of golf and work.
There you go. Like it.
All right. Next question from Pete Campbell.
That's Pete.
Oh, okay. All right. Pete. What is your handicap? We had a similar question, I think, the last time we did. What is your handicap? What is your handicap liquor-induced handicap? So basically, what's our updated handicaps at this point?
Yeah, I mean, so I haven't been playing a whole lot, but like I said, I mean, I'm probably somewhere between like a 16 and 18. Like usually high 80s, low 90s.
But by the way, I think we've talked about this. I think that you're playing the wrong tee boxes, where I think you'd have a lower handicap if you just moved up a tee box.
I know, you're probably right.
Yeah,
you're probably right. But the short, but no, that's probably not right because my short game is so bad. But that's the weakest part of my game. I have no feel. Me and Tommy were talking about it last night. Like it's so mental with me around the greens. I'm just so terrified to skull it. But yeah, like and here's the deal, like. The liquor thing is it's a very fine balance, as everybody listening knows. Like you get in the pocket, you're grooving, like it's nice, and you can shoot a low score, but you have that one extra drink, and those last 4 or 5 holes are just absolutely miserable. But yeah, whatever, man. If I can, high 80s, low 90s for me, that's a good. I'm happy with the round. I feel like whatever, because I'll inevitably I'll have fucking 4 3 putts. You know what I mean? I'll have a blow up hole where it's a double or a triple, maybe 2 of those, and then I'll get it. Listen, I love parring things. Like birdies is like, yeah, whatever, I'll take it. Like it doesn't happen that often. I love the par. Like, yes, like let's go.
Okay. All right. So the official handicap is a 10 for me, but there's a lot of old rounds because last couple of years stuff has happened. I haven't been playing a whole lot. I played a lot more. I played jobs, kids, jobs, life. So I did play a lot more this summer. So based on what happened this summer, excuse me, just kind of guesstimating, like taking like best 5 of 8 rounds. I'm a 13, and I think that's fair. I'm usually shooting between low and mid 80s. I have definitely blow up holes. What I've done though, and you saw in the accent I had, a really horrible thing. I've cleaned that up a lot. I've worked on my technique. I've started to, because you're inside a lot in the winter. My kid has a play mat that has a lot of white dots, and it kind of looks. It could be a good putting aid. So I've been practicing putting a lot. I've kind of found something with that. So I'm hoping to improve my putting. But I think, I've always had aspirations to be like, I want to be consistent, like a 5, 6. And I've realized living in Rochester, New York,
it's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. So if I'm a low 80s to mid 80s golfer, pretty happy. Now, liquor induced, I think you just hit on a good point. Usually if I'm drinking heavily, there's like a 5-hole stretch. I'm really good.
Yep.
And the other whole stretch, the other 13 is disaster. So
yeah,
probably a 17, 18, 19, 20 handicap,
Yeah, it just depends.
Yeah. So
like that. I mean, I think my best round ever was an 84. And then I was like in that, I remember texting you how excited I was when I did that too. And like, so when I shoot in the 80s, I'm so happy. Because like I said, I didn't pick up golf until I was almost fucking 30 years old. I was like 27, 28. Like, and like, I just love it because it's what else can fucking out of shape guys who drink and smoke butts go be competitive at? You know what I mean?
Curling.
Listen, Mush is in a curling league.
Is he?
Yeah. And I actually Googled it. There's one down here in Jacksonville, but now I live in St. Augustine, so it's like too far of a ride. But I don't have enough time for that shit. I'd rather just go fucking to the range and golf. Anyway, too long on this one. Let's go.
All right. I only got you. And actually, speaking of Cousin Mush, we have his question next.
Oh, all right.
So what's a bigger dart throw, golf or NFL betting?
He thinks it's fucking golf. I say it's definitely NFL because the lines are so much sharper in the NFL, and I get that it's a dart throw like for an outright, but what I tried to explain to him was my biggest ROI is on matchups and placements at this point, right? Because we're able to figure out the type of golfer who should be able to do here, and we're able to, all right, what form is coming in, what are the stats that we want to look at and things like that. And while golf is extremely variant, I don't think you're not going to get a Texans performance every week, right? Like you should be able, if you study it and you grind how we do over like the stats and things like that. Yes, outrights is a huge dart throw. First round leader, literally a dart throw. Fucking our boy Chris literally does it on Twitter. But I think football is more of a dart throw just because there's so many different variables in that. You have the referees, you have I don't know. I feel like there's no sharper line in sports than the NFL line, period.
Okay. I mean, we just did talk about, I know you mentioned outrights, but we talked about how it started to rain and that screwed us out of an outright.
That's fair.
Does that happen in the NFL? I guess sometimes. Yeah. You can have like a.
Maybe I'm just a little. Maybe I thought Bush was just like good dart throw. I'm like, motherfucker. You know how much time I spend researching this shit and doing stuff? It's not just a dart throw.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
so here's my take on this. So I would agree. NFL lines are really sharp.
Yeah.
But more often, I find myself, if I make a losing bet, I like to look back and say what went wrong. And most of the time, I could probably look at a losing NFL bet and be like, you know what? I probably should have considered that. I probably should have considered that.
Right.
Especially with like round to round matchups. Like there are so many times I'm like, I can't fucking explain what happened. Like a guy can go from hitting 17 of 18 greens or 16 of 18 greens and then barely cracks 50% the next day. Or guys just make zillions of putts when they haven't posted a positive stroke gain putting round in like 7 tournaments. All of a sudden something clicks. And Andy Leck and I talked about this last time. We were talking about Daniel Berger, and like no one's done reporting on his injury. And I made the point of like, at least in the NFL, like you have guys kind of reporting stuff like this, like, and you can kind of gauge like how they're going to do or not. We can look back at past stats for a golfer, but if we don't know that, like maybe he slammed his like hand in the trunk, like the trunk door, the previous day, it's going to play like shit. Like we don't have that info.
It's true.
So I think it's golf. I think over the longer haul, golf is easier to explain and predict than the NFL. But in the immediate short term, there is nothing more volatile than golf. Nothing makes sense day to day sometimes with golf.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. And then the last question.
There you go, Mush. Fuck you.
All right, last question from the Godfather himself, Ryan Kramer.
Oh, okay.
So, Steve, how long did it take for you to not need a translator to do the show with Capper?
Such a prick.
So here's the thing. It's not that I can't understand you. When I thought about this question, it's not really that. I understand you perfectly. I mean, you speak fine English. I mean, you had to talk to clients. Of course, you can speak the English language.
Right. Correct.
So it was more like, when did I feel like comfortable around you?
Okay.
Like to really open up. And I think that point was that Masters show we did where you got basically blackout drunk. And you
wasn't blackout. I was just hammered.
You were pretty hammered, sir. There are some things we talked about that I remind you after the fact, like, oh, I don't remember saying that. Yeah. That's what I think that's when our natural rapport kind of got in. I started to let my guard up because like up until that point, I was still playing polite. I was still playing nice.
Yeah.
I didn't really know exactly, but like, I think that moment right there, when we had that really fun banter, I think that's kind of when things opened up for me. And I think it kind of developed this natural chemistry that we have today. And I'm proud of the fact that excuse me, when we first started doing this, I was like, am I really doing a podcast with the drunk dude who used to leave voicemails on Sean Kramer's show with the thick boss? I'm really doing a show with this masshole. Yep. And I can say right now, you are one of my best friends, sir. And,
thanks, brother. I appreciate that. You too, man.
It has been a privilege and honor for more than 2 years now to do a show.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. Literally, we talk every day. By the way,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and we mentioned like you said, I don't really hang out with a lot of people. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of me. Most of my relationships now are over text message.
Over text, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you're one of them.
Yep.
So thank you for being a digital best friend to me.
You too, brother.
There you go.
All right. So what do you got planned for the big for the big weekend? Anything going on Christmas Eve? You got people's coming. What are you cooking on Sunday?
So Christmas is a big deal for my mother-in-law. Yeah. So that's gonna be an all-day thing. We're gonna be opening gifts. So what's nice right now is my daughter she's 3 years old. She's starting to finally understand what Christmas is and who Santa is.
That's a great age.
So
do you do the stupid elf on the shelf?
No, we don't. My wife
don't start it.
My wife refuses.
Don't do it.
It's around the house, but it stays in one place.
No, dude,
that's it. We don't do that. We don't do the game. We don't say it's watching you. It's just there.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's
the worst thing. It's the worst thing. I've made so many bad decisions in my life, and that's starting this thing. Like my wife convinced me to do this is one of the worst decisions I've ever made.
Yeah, but my wife is adamant. We're not doing this.
So for all you guys out there who don't have kids yet, or still have young kids, do not start the elf. The fucking worst. The nut low because my wife will get mad at me. She'll wake up at like fucking 4 a.m. because I forget to fucking move it, and she's gonna go throw it somewhere. Last night it didn't move. We're like, oh well, we got back late from Tommy and Teresa's. Maybe it was tired too.
It's the worst. But then the game is over, and then you gotta explain why the creepy burglar who's been leaving presents under the tree for years is not real. And then you gotta talk about the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and. Yeah. I'm
almost there. My youngest is 7 now.
How did you find out that the big guy isn't real? Sorry to anybody watching, by the way. Spoiler alert. It's been your parents all along.
Oh, we should probably put a spoiler on if anybody listens to that car and the kids with the kids.
Oh, okay.
We'll make Cameron fucking put something at the front. Just because if they listen to it with the kids in the car, like I've done that shit before. I'm like, I gotta turn that shit down. You know what I mean? Like,
sorry.
Anyway,
sorry.
I don't remember actually. I don't know. It's probably some prick from school. Like, I don't know. Isn't that how everybody finds out? Some asshole friend like, Santa's not fucking real. Like, yes, he is.
So credit to my sister. She found out exactly like that at the age of 5.
Oh,
which is pretty cruel. She found out from the bus.
That's depressing.
That is depressing. But she kept it going for me.
Your dad's a salesman too. He should have been able to keep that up.
No, I mean they kept it up for me until
but he should have. He could have convinced her.
No, my dad was like, or whatever. One less kid is a believer. But credit to my sister, she kept it up for years and years. Until around the age of 8, I started to become I'm an analytical guy. No. And I was just thinking, I'm like, okay, I mean, how many kids are there in the world? Like, how realistic is that dude can hit every single house in one night? And I started thinking about like how many houses per hour, and then I was like, God, and then one time I went to my mom. I'm like, Santa's not real, right? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, the Easter Bunny. I'm like, well, the Easter Bunny is the same thing. So Easter Bunny's not real. Yeah, and there's no Tooth Fairy. So, but,
I mean, it's probably the same age, right? What kindergarten when you're 5, first grade 6, 7, second grade, so second and third grade is pretty much when you lose it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Do you know anybody who, like, what's the oldest kid like you knew? I think there was somebody in like 6th or 7th grade that still thought it was.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna go that far. So like my 9-year-old who's about to be 10.
Okay.
I don't know if she still does, but she's like my sweet little innocent, like delicate flower. And I don't know.
So she might be at the point where she knows it's not real, but she thinks if she tells you, she's going to stop getting gifts.
No.
Sometimes kids think like that.
Oh no, I'm aware, but I know my second oldest definitely did that.
Okay.
Like she's like the mini me. She's a female version of me, and it's terrifying. And but yeah, my 9-year-old, I think she still believes, and I'm like, okay. Like I think my 7-year-old doesn't. I think she's playing the game. I think my 9-year-old believes it.
Okay. So. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. What about you? What are you doing for Christmas?
So I'll have the in-laws over. Not tomorrow night. Christmas Eve, we'll do like charcuterie and just do some appetizers, hang out, play some CAD games and things like that.
Okay.
We let the kids open up one present on Christmas Eve, and then send them all to bed. Do the night before Christmas. I actually read the same book that my dad read to me when I was a kid, and so that's like a big thing for me and my family. Like I read it to the kids and read the little inscription that he wrote for me back in 1983, and get them to bed, and then we do like a wrap party, hang out, watch like Christmas Vacation and like all the like Scrooge, like good Christmas movies while we drink and rap. The next day I wake up nice and early and start cooking for everybody, because that's why every holiday I like to cook. I like to be the one who feeds everybody and get the fuck out of my kitchen. And so feed everybody. Everybody comes to me because I got the most kids. So that's it.
All right, there we go. Who do the Celtics have on Christmas Day? They're playing, right?
Oh, fuck.
You don't care?
No, I don't care. I don't care about basketball until the playoffs, and even then it's half-assed.
All right, okay. I mean, the NFL games on Christmas Day are kind of shitty, so
garbage.
It might be. I might be watching basketball. We'll see.
So. Yeah, I just can't get into it. So, like, you know me, I'm a Bruins guy. Like, I'd much rather watch them. As a matter of fact, I'm still sweating.
Hey! By the way, that weather that you were clamoring for, that you need to come.
Is it finally there?
Oh, you'll see it. You're about 20 seconds behind me somehow, even though we're both streaming.
Makes no sense.
You'll see that pretty soon.
Oh, I see it. Yep.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Sweet.
There it is.
So. As long as I'm going against Garrett. Oh my god, that was miserable. Who the fuck would go to the game knowing the weather would be like that?
No. Stupid Jets fans.
Yeah, well, they're Jets fans. Stupid doesn't need to be attached.
They look miserable. They just showed a couple. They're losing and they're in the rain.
Brought to you from the Department of Redundancy Department. Jets fans.
All right, you got anything else? Yeah, exactly. Next week we'll.
No, that's it. What's our schedule? Are we doing anything else? What are we doing?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a major preview next week with Brian Kirshner. We're gonna put a little bit of a unique twist on it though. So I think it's gonna be a fun show. You'll see next week what we got planned, but yeah, we got that, and then it's Kapalua time again.
So let's go, baby.
Kapalua. The Century Tournament of Champions and guys who did other good things. You know about that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so they're just letting everybody in.
Just letting in all the riffraff.
Basically, yes.
It is what it is. But all right, man. Well, Merry Christmas to you and yours, Steve.
You too.
And Merry Christmas to all you filthy animals out there. And seriously, we'll talk to you guys before the new year. But have a great Christmas Eve. Everybody be safe. Enjoy your loved ones over this holiday period, man. And Merry Christmas. And we'll break them books again coming up to the new year.
Mm-hmm.